Welcome to Outdeh Explorers. I'm glad you came by. I'm sitting right now on a spot that is going to be developed. So this right behind me, this is all going to be, they're going to keep the edge a park or a trail, but beyond that's going to be the parking lot or where the boat ramp is, and you'll see more. We're going to take a moment to appreciate the history of the Clark Reservoir. So that's where we are right now. This is the Clark Reservoir, and this was constructed in 1907 by a company called the Consumers Aqueduct Company. I was always confused because the folks that owned it were called the Middlesex Reservoir Company. But what's interesting is the reservoir produced a vital source of drinking water for the local area up until the 1970s. So what are we talking about today? And let's keep in mind, before any of that started, this actually was the Lenape tribe's hunting grounds. And then later on, this was all settled by a gentleman named Dr. William Robinson, who actually has a branch named by him, and I've actually kayaked on it. It's pretty awesome. And then Clark, the town, was incorporated in 1864. And since then, this place, this reserve, or the reservoir, has evolved into something from a necessity for drinking water to a serene escape for residents and people like myself. I'm up. And what do we have here? That's beautiful. Folks, you're looking at this is the East Lake of the reservoir. Union County's latest redevelopment plan for this historic site, this plan is valued at about $43 million. And it's provided from a grant. But after heavy debate, there was an original plan set forth, but after listening to the residents, they have changed the original plan. And they made significant adjustments to better reflect what the community wants, which is a good thing. Now, originally, the plan included a carousel, an ice skating rink, and even a miniature train. However, the following public meetings that ensued and local input, what happened was they changed the plan, so they've actually scaled it back.
Good evening. I'm Alan Swanson. I'm the chairman of the Lontaka Group of the Sierra Club that represents Union County and most of Morris County. I live in New Providence, so I am a Union County resident. These people are the grassroots people who will be affected by what is being proposed. I'm number 38 on the list. Some people didn't speak. Not one person has gotten up here and said, "This is a good idea. I want to have this happen." This is a ridiculous expenditure of the tax dollars of the citizens that live in Clark and the citizens that live in Union County. Listen to these people. They are the grassroots people. Listen to their proposals. They are excellent. Use this property to further the knowledge and benefits of the forest and the natural resources. Thank you.
So according to the Union County Commissioner's chairwoman, Kimberly Palmieri Mudud, the focus has shifted from preserving the natural beauty of the reservoir while addressing critical and environmental challenges like siltation, sedimentation, and water quality improvements, which we know from being on the water, those are concerns. So in the 43 million, there's definitely a large amount of dredging that's going to take place. But what's outstanding is the large or significantly sized parking lots for boat ramps. And there's one off Ginesi Drive and there's one off Wendell Place. So we'll see. What do you think? Looking at the plans, checking out. Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think it's too much? Do you think it could be scaled back? Curious about your thoughts. One thing for certain though, this place is it's fantastic. This is called Wendell Place. When the residents talked at the commissioners meeting, there's absolutely a lot of kids on the street. That's the reservoir. These folks have a slice of heaven here. It is massively beautiful. But folks asked during the commissioners meeting, like, hey, come down and see what it looks like here before you say, hey, we should develop this and put these large parking and trailer turnarounds.
Wendell Place is surrounded by Lefferts and Terhune. It is a quiet little neighborhood. We have young children running all over the place. I fear for their safety. I see how people come up and down Wendell Place. It is a narrow street. It is not designed to bring boat track trailers down or anything like that.
How disruptive is this going to be? You decide. And this is a very beautiful, quiet street. Did you want to talk about the development at all? Do you have any opinion?
I do.
You do? Would you mind giving your opinion?
The county would like to, develop this area right close to the reservoir.
Sure you want to take
which
it
is a
so
good
you
thing.
can
Yeah,
Which is a good thing.
give it to him.
But it's going to destroy a lot of trees and the wildlife and the ecosystem here. So as a upcoming generation for the next generation, what would you like to do?
So what we would like to do is like protest for them to stop. So like for them to like not do that because
Cut down the
that's
trees.
that's the only like wildlife
we-
preservation we have.
Yeah, because we need fresh air.
So yeah, it's just wrong
Yeah.
that they're doing that.
Yeah, we need
It's just
fresh
very
air.
wrong.
But still,
We need fresh air.
Yeah,
the kids need to new development.
Yes, but we need fresh air.
So what is important, park or there's just a new development or both?
Oh, the most important
But
thing.
they're both equal, but you shouldn't be able to cut down trees because of that. You should already have open land for that.
I think that they really shouldn't be cutting down all these trees, but at the same time, I think the people just don't realize how they're not actually going to cut down as many trees. They're only going to cut down the trees that they kind of really need, like to build a path and a road and a parking lot. So they're not actually cutting down all of these trees.
So like they're probably cutting down almost 100 trees in our town.
Yeah,
And that minuses a lot of air.
Tell them that if they can plant 200 trees or double the trees
Yeah.
they're cutting down, maybe it's a good fair trade.
Is right here where we're passing, there's going to be a footbridge. Not sure what that has to do with what I'm saying, but I guess, I don't know if you're going to be able to pass freely under these bridges, but if you are, like I'm doing right now, one launch should be just access gravel up to the water, and maybe some little bit of parking should be fine. But yeah, we're under the Garden State Parkway. But it's busy. So it looks like the boat ramp would be here on the right. It's wildly, this duckweed, there's a whole bunch of it, but keep in mind we're on a reservoir. This is not tidal, of course, but look at the wind. It's creating a pretty decent current, which I'm looking forward to paddling with this on the way back. But as you know, I love the exercise, and they say best way to try to stay in shape is doing something you love so you don't realize it's exercise. And there it is. Wow, there's another one. So this is the spillway in front of me. I'll show you. I was here probably a year ago, but I actually got here all the way from Robinson's Branch, somewhere in Scotch Plains. That was fun. That was a good video. I did that during a storm to take advantage of high water levels. All the way up into the 70s, they actually used this reservoir for drinking water. Oh wow, there's birds, some awesome birds here. So parallel to us right now is Madison Hill Road. That is the spillway in front of us. We'll get close enough, but we're not gonna go over. And then we're gonna try to take this breeze and blow out of here. Yeah, so you could see if they open this up for, you could go right off here, but I'm not gonna do that today.
As a fisherman myself, I think having a new spot on this reservoir that I've fished a lot, that has a lot of fish that I know, and I think it would be nice to have a new fishing spot, but at the same time, I think it's not really necessary, because if you go down by the smaller bridge on Madison Hill and you walk up a little bit, there's plenty of perfect room to fish, and I just think that it would be nice, but I just don't think that it's really needed.
I have something to say about the forest across my farm. That forest has been there for a very long time, and it is fun. Kids can go in, build forts, and do a bunch of other stuff, play hide and go seek, play tag, and I don't think that they should cut down that forest, because it's a very nice forest. There's animals in there like deer and turkey, and it is a very nice forest, and I don't think it should be cut down. And there's also could be some cool treasures in there. Then it's gonna get all buried up. That's all I have to say.
See, I don't know what that rope's for. Pigeon. Beautiful place. And now you are going to see a whole lot of duckweed. A lot. I don't even know how I can avoid some of this. This is Featherbed Lane. And this is where we're going to see a lot of duckweed. I have a funny story. One time I had Henry out with me, my dog, and he was convinced that this was land, so he just jumped out and tried to jump onto some duckweed, and he looked like a sea monster after that. He's funny. And off to the left here is Robinson's Branch, and I've taken that all the way from Scotch Plains down here to the reservoir. It was a little high water, but it was That was a wild ride. So if you look behind me, you'll see I'm cutting through this duckweed, and it's can't say this part is not a lot of fun, but it's part of the adventure. Speaking of sea monster, I'm gonna look like a sea monster. Whoa, I just went over something, and it felt like it was moving, like a turtle or something. It is so freaky. That happened to me one time when I was paddling Kings Creek over near Hawkrise in Linden, and definitely something moved underneath me. It was crazy. All right, and pulling through the duckweed and the lily pads. And it's really shallow here. Whoa! Something really big just moved. Holy mackerel. I don't know if that was a carp or oh man. Alright, we gotta land this baby. Woohoo! Stinks over here, in case you're wondering.
We don't have that facility in the, I don't know, I would say like 10 miles of a radius or more. Union County, which is a good thing, as long as we maintain and protect them and we keep it safe. If you see right now, there have been a lot of accidents here on this road, Madison Hill Road,
Like the
and
deer
further
that got
down
killed
too.
over there.
As long as it's safe for everyone, or the county keeps it safe.
On this particular road in this town is one of the most busiest roads, and it's very hard to cross. And a lot of deers or ducks come out here from like the forests. Yeah, the forests in the woods, and they come out here and they get killed.
A big part of this project, according to County Manager Ed Oatman, is the revisions aim to strike a balance between progress and preservation. Makes sense? The county is fully committed to addressing the reservoir's environmental challenges, which it does have, such as dredging and the removal of 154,000 cubic yards of sediment while creating a space that everyone can enjoy. So that's a lot of the cost is going to go to removing that sediment, which is needed. The project will also, it's going to be creating a space that everybody can enjoy. We agree with that, except some of the residents who may be disrupted. So tabling that for a moment. The project's focus on non-motorized sports like canoeing and kayaking, as well as flood control and water quality improvement, seems to tick a lot of boxes, but is it enough? Well, there you have it. That's, I'm guessing a lot of the cost of that 43 million is to remove 154,000 cubic yards of sediment. Who knows? But that's what they're out there saying. So that's what's going on. And in the meantime, I'm wanderlusting through the Clark Reservoir, and I would advise you, or I'd say definitely do the same. I'm looking for a place to walk down here where I'm not gonna tumble over like Alice down the rabbit hole. So I'm not sure, as part of the plan, what improvements maybe for the spillway. And this is the pipe going from the reservoir. I don't know. Somebody can help me out in the comments. I know one of you engineers are like, this is not, he's getting it all wrong, so I need your help. But would you look at this? This is wild. I hope you okay? Hello. Never been this close. You okay? Everything all right? You okay? Hope you're all right. Definitely want to watch your step here. Go for the drink. But I want you to see, this is definitely there's a lot of tranquility here. And if you don't know much about the area, Clark is in Union County, New Jersey. I consider us North Jersey. But it's we got 560,000 people in this county, so there's a lot of people crammed in here. So a place like this is the largest body of water in Union County, and it's really not, we don't really do anything with this. So here you have it. It's one of those situations where I have mixed feelings as well. I love being out on the kayak. I love being out in my backyard, essentially. But I also understand that there's a $43 million project. There was the original plan, which had trains and ice skating rinks, and looked a lot like Disneyland meets, the Clark Reservoir. The commissioners did listen to the folks' concerns, and they scaled it back. But now we're still looking at two significantly sized parking lots for trailers to turn around. So my question would be to leave you with this. I definitely love being out on the water. I love when I can access the water with some decent gravel or some type of launch. But using a kayak or a canoe, we car top. I just need somewhere. So I think there still may be something that could be done. But what do you think? Do you think that maybe the residents of Clark or maybe need to share more of the resources, or do you think they have a good concern? Do you think that they're going to be extremely disrupted? I would suggest come on out and see what it's like around those neighborhoods, because putting yourself in their shoes, I could see where they would not want a lot of people disrupting safety with their kids. But what do you think? But in the meantime, just gotta love this.
It will cause inconvenience to existing residents, that's for sure. But in the long run, if the county really believes that it's going to help and protect the community, that's what it is.
If we're cutting down all these trees, we're cutting down a bunch of animals' homes, mostly squirrels and birds. And if we cut those down, most animals would go extinct, or most tree animals would go extinct.
And if you cut down their homes, you're going to probably kill at least 30,000 animals in that forest. Yeah, so who's paying for it?
Jake, Colin, Luke, and my name is Diana.
To be young.
That you don't know what you've got till it's gone.